you're in the market for a large, heavy-duty 7-seat off-roader, you've probably been looking at things like a Toyota Prado, a Ford Everest, maybe an Isuzu MU-X. But GWM, the Chinese brand, wants you to stick another one on the list, and that's the car I'm in now, the Tank 500. It sits above the Tank 300, it's larger than that obviously, and it is a seriously large car. Not quite as big as a Land Cruiser, but certainly in the mix with those other ones that are all trying to go off-road, which is what this car is trying to do as well. Now, whereas most of those models look to diesel power, this one's actually got petrol, but it's a hybrid system. So a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine with an electric motor thrown in for good measure as well. And it actually goes pretty well. You've got a fair bit of muscle in the low rev range, so when you push the throttle, it pulls pretty strongly. Also revs out reasonably well. Fuel use, maybe not quite what some might expect from a hybrid. The claimed average is 8.5 litres per 100 kilometres, and you can certainly use more than that. But GWM says this car is about performance, and when you step on it, it goes pretty well. Now, another big sales pitch with this car is value. It starts at $66,490 drive away, or for the model I'm in, the Ultra, more luxury equipment, $73,990 drive away. So not exactly cheap, but you look at the size of the vehicle, you look at the gear you get in it, and it is absolutely loaded with equipment. You're looking at obviously leather throughout, panoramic sunroof, huge sunroof up there, things like heated and ventilated seats up front and massaging seats up front, ventilated seats in the rear. The list goes on and on. So it's got a seriously long list of gear. On the road, there is no hiding the heft. It's a pretty heavy vehicle, and you get that even when you press the throttle. Sometimes it can just take a little while to wind up, but also around corners. It's got a lot of weight going on, so you feel that. The tyres in the wet, nothing special, and it sort of leans a bit through corners, but you know, it sort of gets the job done in a big heavy-duty four-wheel drive sort of a way. But of course, it's off-road that this car is aiming at, and they do want it to be an adventure machine. So it's got constant four-wheel drive, for example. You've also got low-range four-wheel drive, and in this one I've got a locking front diff, a locking rear diff, and a whole bunch of different drive modes there for different conditions, rock, mud, snow, and so on. So it's sort of tailored for that sort of stuff. We've been doing some reasonably hardcore off-roading, and this car is surprisingly capable. It's not perfect. Things like the traction control system, for example, it's a little bit noisy, a little bit graunchy in the way it kicks in, but it's at least effective. Now, of course, a massive challenge that the Tank 500 will have against, I guess, the established competition is convincing people to look at it, because a lot of people have faith in those big name brands. GWM is still relatively fresh into the market, and that's where the value pitch comes in. It also comes with a 7-year warranty, so it's got that additional peace of mind there to try and I guess allay any issues that or concerns that people may have longer term. But ultimately it'll probably come down to the value.